I just remember you saying F it, and then you just grabbed my face and you started kissing me. My jaw. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Austin.
And I'm Lexi. Today we are going to be telling you guys a story that you guys have been asking to hear forever. It is the story of our first kiss.
That's how it happened.
Now our story is not the typical, oh, we met, we fell in love, it was love at first sight kind of deal, because contrary to popular belief, we despised each other when we first met.
Despised. I thought she was annoying.
I knew he was annoying.
Oh no, I
didn't even have to think it. I knew it.
We need to rewind 2.5, almost 3 years to 2019. Lexi and I were both still in college. She was a senior, I was a junior.
And we did not know each other at all, but we were both film majors. You know, we went to classes in the same building, we had all the same professors. Basically, like, we went to a really small school too, so it was like really hard to not know everybody in your major.
We were a year apart, so you were taking a lot of different classes than what I was taking.
When you're in college and you're completing your major, usually there's like a final course you have to take to graduate. And this was the one class that Austin and I ended up having together. First day of class. Keep in mind, this class was at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's not that late or like that early, but like that was still, you know, you're in college. I had to wake up at 8:50, but I also lived like 2 seconds, stop. I lived like 2 seconds away from that building. So I could just like wake my booty up at 8:55 and go like waddle over to the building. It also helped that me and the professor were like, this?
Because half the time Lexi didn't even show up to class.
A lot of the time I didn't show up, but I didn't have to. I didn't have to.
No, that is true. The professor did tell us on the first day of class that we did not have to show up if we were ahead of our work.
Yes.
He did say
I
that.
was always ahead of my work.
I only went because Lexi's not going to say this. I had a class.
Okay, no. That doesn't have anything to do with the story.
Yes, it does. I had a 7:50 class before our 9 a.m. class.
Okay.
Because
that's
Lexi...
No, that's it. I'm gonna continue with my part of the story. So 9 a.m., right? First day of class. I'm sitting down in my chair. I'm like this, and I'm not ready to work at all. And who comes through the door? Screaming. I compare it to him being like on batteries, like AA batteries, just like super charged up. Hey everybody, what's up? Hey Joe, what's going on? Like he's just so loud. Oh my God.
You never said who it was.
What?
You said, guess who came in?
Shut
It was me.
It was, oh, sorry, okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I scratched Austin this morning. He's got a little...
I'm a little boo-boo.
Boo-boo, I'm sorry, boo-boos. I gave my boo-boo a boo-boo. And guess who he sits next to? Thousands, dozens, hundreds, millions of open seats.
There was 12 of us in the class.
And he sat
next to the prettiest girl in the room. But at the time, she was a complete and utter.
Okay, first of all, no. You're being obnoxious at 9 o'clock in the morning, that's
They're
all.
gonna think I was screaming. I'll be like, yo, guys, how we doing?
That was a perfect example of what Austin was doing. So I didn't say anything to him. I'm not mean like that. I was giving him my RBF, you know, like my, that kind of face.
This was the exact face that she was making the entire time that we had this class go.
I'm not, like, if you came up and spoke to me, like, I'm nice. Like, I'm a nice person, but I just have really bad RBF, especially in the mornings. Like, I thought you were annoying in my head, but, like, I was nice to you.
Okay, my actual first impression, I remember walking to class every day. You never said a word, but I do remember my first time ever speaking to you.
I don't remember this. Austin tells me about this all the time. I do not remember this at all.
Lexi did a fantastic production for her final project. How many likes for us to show the video?
1,000.
So Lexi made this fantastic production. At the start of it, she wanted to use the specific camera that the school had. But there was only 2 people at the time who knew how to use the camera, me and my best friend Layden. She asked a professor who knew how to use it so she could take it out. And he points to me. And I said, I can't do it, but I know someone else that can. Gave him the number. That was it. That was history.
So apparently I asked him to film my project. He gave me the number for somebody else, and I just don't even recall the entire interaction.
So then a month and a half later is when we first officially met. My entire mindset about you changed in that one interaction that we had.
A lot of us lived in this like huge dorm building. He actually lived in the dorm building too. I had actually gotten in a huge fight with my roommate at the time, so I didn't really like to be in the room. And what I did to avoid being in the room is like I would go to other people's rooms and just kind of like hang out there. So I went down to my friend Jack's room and I was like hanging out there for a while. And all of a sudden, knock on the door, right? And who walks in? Dun dun dun! Austin.
So this guy, Jack, Lexi and I were both friends with. Funny enough, I did my final project on, and coincidentally, when I went over to his room to talk about it, my queen was there.
So he walks in and I'm like, hey, capstone.
No, we did the actual Spider-Man.
We literally recreated the Spider-Man meme. And I was like, capstone, right? Capstone is the official name of the course. Capstone? Capstone?
Next thing I knew, I left 5 minutes later, never thinking I would see her again. I remember going to class the next day and hoping that I would see you sitting across from me.
Was I there?
She was not there. After that first few encounters, we ended up actually building a really great friendship, started hanging out a lot more, and then eventually we literally started just hanging out every single day. She ended up coming to visit me in New York that winter break.
So I'm from Massachusetts, he's from New York. I had a job literally in the middle. It was like 2 hours to the job and then another hour to Austin. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it.
It was probably the best thing that she could have ever have done.
This was the start of it. This was the start of the forming romantic relationship. This little trip to New York was interesting.
At the time, there was some family drama going on.
Tea.
Yeah, it was just a lot of tea that we're not gonna get into now. And we ended up going to this Chinese buffet. I ended up getting into a little argument with my father while I was there. I don't remember what happened that made you walk out to follow me.
Because this was the first time I met Austin's family. He just walks out dramatically and leaves me at the table. I'm just like, hey. I think Austin's grandfather, Zadie, had said something. He was like, what's going on? I was like, I'll go get him.
When Lexi came out, I was very upset. I was ranting. I was on the brink of tears. And she looks me dead in the eye and goes, you want to hook up?
Not even kidding.
I go, you're with me, right? And she goes, no, I'm serious. You want to make out? And I look her back in the eyes. I go, I'm not some petty
I was being so serious. Because keep in mind, like, I also knew that Austin was like obsessed with me. I'm sorry. I knew he really, really liked me.
Like, I will openly say now, I had dreams about Lexi. I thought about Lexi nonstop. I was head over heels in love with Lexi 3 days into knowing her. Then we get back to my house that night and she's about to go to sleep and I'm shutting the door. And she goes, that kiss is still on the table.
Oh, I don't remember that part. I don't remember saying that.
And I said, I'm not in some petty and slammed the door shut. I think it was better off that I said no because it resulted in me going to visit her literally 5 days later.
He just didn't want to be home, so he drove up to Boston.
We're hanging out for a little bit and then we decided to go into Boston, like the actual city. I told Lexi I really want to take some photos of her.
That night when we got back from the city, we were sitting in my room, we were sitting on the couch, and this is what I did. He's in the middle of talking, and I take his phone.
Demonstrate?
I literally said, I'm just gonna do this really quickly. I took his phone, put it down, and literally just went, but more intense than that.
My jaw?
Yeah, I remember pulling back and he was like.
And then I remember what you said after that. I was saying like this. I just remember you saying F it, and then you just grabbed my face and you started kissing me. Now, we're here. The funny thing is that I thought she was messing with me still. I thought it was all a joke. I thought someone put her up to it.
Then I plotted the 3 months of getting to know you just so I could kiss you and then be like,
haha, gotcha.
Joke's on you.
But I think what they all want to know is what each of us did after that kiss.
I remember saying to him, like, after, I really don't want to hurt you.
I remember just looking and go, it's okay. All I wanted was to be there for her. I did not care if we were in a relationship, we were her best friend.
I was so nervous that I was going to mess up our friendship. I loved our friendship so much. It was one of my biggest fears. I was like, I just met this person who I actually really like vibe with. I don't want to mess this up. After that trip, the entire dynamic between us changed.
Like, we literally started dating immediately.
COVID hit 3 months into us dating.
Now it's 2.5 years later, and I'm happier than I've ever been.
It almost feels like I've known you for so much longer though. Like,
right?
it really feels like we've been in a relationship for like 10 years.
After we started dating, it was really weird because we started finding out all these small coincidences.
Oh my god, it was so spooky.
That we felt led us to being like actual soulmates.
It was like weird coincidences though.
For those of you that don't know, I'm from Long Island. Lexi grew up in Massachusetts. My grandparents lived in a town called Hauppauge, which is on Long Island, where I used to go every weekend to hang out with them when I was younger.
Coincidentally, I had family in Long Island. Just one little family.
But where could it be? Out of anywhere on Long Island.
Hauppauge. And get this, 2 minutes from each other.
Like down the block.
Within walking distance.
There's a Dave & Buster's down the block from my grandparents' house. Lexi used to go to that Dave & Buster's all the time.
Every single time I went to Hauppauge, and this was what, once every couple months I'd go.
I would go all the time. So there's a very high chance that Lexi and I were in that Dave & Buster's at the same exact time.
Remember, this was 10 years. This is a 10-year time span that we were both in Hauppauge.
But we just found it crazy. I feel like all these things, it was the world or some kind of force. What is it? It's like there's a...
Oh, the red string.
The red string. That was the story of how we met, our first kiss, the whole shebang of how Austin and Lexi became a thing. Aww. Drop a comment down below what you want to see from us next, whether it be another story time, prank, challenges, Q&A.
If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to slowly move off of TikTok.
Hit that like button, because remember, if you get 1,000 likes, Lexi will show her final project from college.
I'll put my capstone up.
I will also show my capstone if you get 1,000 likes.
What about 1,200? I feel like you need the extra little boost.
Nope,
for.
nope,
No, yes.
nope.
Yes, that's how it works. That's how it works.
Okay.
We set a goal.
1,000 for Lexi's capstone, 1,200 for my capstone.
Bye guys, love you. That's a wrap.